In today's tough business environment, you need more than just a great idea. You need a game plan. With celebrity business expert Kevin Harrington, top American entrepreneur and king of the infomercial. Hosted by Vonna Bell Sherman. With entrepreneur guest Russell Holmberg of Crazy Writing. Watch as up-and-coming and established entrepreneurs give their pitch to our celebrity experts and get their game plan to take their business to the next level.
Welcome to Game Plan, where the pros show the entrepreneurs how to take their businesses step by step to the next level. And today we're at a very special resort. We're at the Innisbrook Resort in Palm Harbor, Florida. It is simply beautiful here, and they do host the PGA tournaments as well. So really pretty special. But even more special than that is my celebrity co-host. You're not going to believe who I have today. Want to know a secret? I have Mr. Kevin Harrington here. You'll recognize him from Shark Tank. He's the infomercial king, and I am so proud to have him as a co-host. Welcome, Kevin.
Vonna Bell, great to be here, and I love sunny Florida. Golf courses, and the PGA tournament here. I'm a great spectator because that's the best time that I have at Innisbrook, because when I play golf here, I'm usually in the woods, okay? So
wait a minute, I want to know how far into the woods.
Pretty far a lot of times, that slice of mine, So
yeah,
I know maybe later today we'll get a chance to go out and hit a few. So
yeah, that'd be nice.
It's
you
fun
could probably
here.
show me a thing or
It's a
two.
beautiful day.
It's
and
beautiful.
More importantly, we've got some great business to talk about before we go play golf. So let's get the business
and we have a
taken
great
care of, right?
company that has set up their logo really well.
Yeah.
But they really need help going to the next level. Truly, this is what Game Plan is all about. We
Right.
need to make a game plan for this company.
Yes.
And it's called Crazy Writing,
Yep.
which is a great name. And I'd like to welcome Russell Holmberg to the set because he is the creator of Crazy Writing. Come on in, Russell.
Pleasure to meet you.
Welcome.
Hi, have a
Okay.
seat.
Okay.
Good
Thanks
to
for
have
having
you
me.
here.
Okay.
Oh, my
Good to see you,
pleasure.
man.
So you got your logo down, we see, Crazy Writing. I see you reverse those letters, which is creative.
I did, yeah.
Yeah.
Very
And
good.
So how did you come up with Crazy Writing? Tell me about it.
Well, when I was about 17, I went to school in Hawaii. Lived with a surfing family. He was a big wave surfer, and every time I seen him go out on those 50, 60-foot waves, I thought, man, this is crazy.
50-foot waves. Wow.
Yeah.
We don't see that in St. Pete, Florida. I'll
That
tell
is
you
correct.
So I said I could never do any riding like that, and I just ended up combining the two words and brought it back to Canada with me.
Crazy. That's
Wow,
crazy, right?
Crazy Writing, because
Crazy
you ride the
riding.
waves. But there's lots
Yeah.
of things that we ride, right? Because extreme sports is where you want to direct your market. So that's BMX, skateboarding, skiing. What other kinds of things?
So BMX, skateboarding, surfing, wakeboarding,
Wakeboarding, that's a good one.
motocross,
Snowboarding.
snowboarding,
Yeah.
BMX, downhill mountain biking.
Ooh, nice.
I actually am working with a bunch of professional bull riders as well.
Oh,
Okay,
wow.
now
I didn't
that's
even
really
think of that.
crazy.
So-
Sorry, that's a
Now,
little
that's some
too
crazy,
crazy.
right,
That
right.
gives a meaning to crazy.
Yeah.
So yeah, so anything that we can represent sport-wise in the
Right.
extreme sports segment, that's who we're going to represent.
And
Excellent.
have you been penetrating each one of those markets currently? Is that
Yeah.
the goal?
Everyone, each sport that we represent currently have a lot of venues and competitions and contests and stuff like that. And if we can get into those competitions with event tents and stuff like that, we show up and we sell our product there. If we can't, we just hand out stickers and information about our company so it can direct them to our website.
So Russell, the brand is not a Nike just do it type of a brand yet. That's
No.
what you would love to be. How do you, when you go in, what kind of reaction do you get from people? You have a tent, Crazy Riding tent, at a bull riding event, or what kind of reaction do you get from folks?
We get a lot of questions about how we started,
Right.
what we represent,
Okay.
as well as where we're made. For us, we're actually made right in British Columbia, in North America, so everything is produced right here in good old North America.
Okay.
And you make a lot of your garments at 100% cotton, which is really important because when you have the extreme sports, you need a material that breathes, right?
We do. All of our products that we do carry are 100% cotton
Okay.
as of right now.
And you did bring on a nice name to begin with, Isaiah Johnson.
We did, yeah.
On a campaign. Tell me about that.
Yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, we got to work with Isaiah Johnson in Cloverdale about 3 weeks ago. He come up to Vancouver. And
what's his specialty? What's his
specialty?
Extreme crazy riding is?
Yeah, extreme
is
crazy
what?
riding is skateboarding.
Yes.
Skateboarding.
So
I've
his
heard of him, absolutely.
Yeah, so his affiliation is with Neff Headwear.
Okay.
And he's come up and done a lot of riding for us. And
Very nice.
we
So
shot
will
a
you be
demo.
able to get him kind of signed, so to speak, in the t-shirt arena, or what's your goal there?
We're working on that right now. Unfortunately, he does have a strict contract with Neff.
Okay.
But he's allowed to do a lot of side work on the side with some of the stores that represent him.
Okay,
So he's helped us out a lot that way.
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
So we need to get this to be trendy and recognizable so that everybody's wearing the crazy riding that's associated with the extreme sports, which is super popular.
Yeah, absolutely. What's the depth of the line? I see t-shirts, I see hoodies, you got sweatshirts. Give me the parameters.
So the parameter for our goal is obviously starting out with just getting our name out there.
Okay.
T-shirts, hoodies, baseball caps, toques. You guys might call them beanies down here in the United States.
There we go, beanies. There we go.
Then we're actually going to be branching out with a denim line for our riders.
Nice.
So the denim line that we've created is geared specifically for each rider that I sponsor. So we sponsor about 10 different athletes and a multitude of different sports right now.
Yeah.
So I'm creating it so each rider has that specific pair of pants that they like to wear when they ride.
Okay.
So we're going to duplicate that, and we're going to embroider their last name on those pair of pants with obviously crazy riding, and 10% of all sales from that denim line for those riders will go directly to them.
Okay, and you also have a charitable heart.
We do.
And $1 of each of the garments that you sell go to the Boys and Girls Club as well.
That is correct, yep. So we deal with the Boys and Girls Club of Canada and the Boys and Girls Club of America. And for one full year, we'll donate $1 from every piece sold to the Boys and Girls Club.
That's very nice, because that's a very nice organization, so that was a wise choice.
I like your strategy, getting the famous riders, starting with Isaiah. My buddy Damon John, one of the sharks from Shark Tank, right? He started a company called FUBU, and he gave the jerseys and the shirts to the rap stars, and they would wear that FUBU clothing as they performed, and it skyrocketed sales. So this is a very good strategy to start. And how, I guess from your side, this is what you're trying to figure out across each sport that you participate in, correct?
That's correct, yeah. Our main block right now is, how do we get into each sport without thinning ourselves so thin that we can't control each market.
Yeah, and also you had mentioned to me, and I thought it was first on my mind, and I was glad you covered it. For each sport, if you're making a garment, you're actually adding the things that would be important. Like for a BMX rider, you are reinforcing knees and skateboarders, and also reinforcing the crotch for riders, so that they're protected in places they need to be protected.
That's right. So when we actually start producing the denim line for our riders, I asked them what they wanted for their pant, and everyone said knees and crotch.
Knees and crotch, yeah.
Yeah, so they said they wipe out, they fall down.
Yeah.
Right.
Certainly some important areas that you're taking care of there.
Absolutely, very strategic planning there.
All
You know,
right.
and you make all kinds of garments, and I see the t-shirts, tanks, and I understand in the old days they used a printing where it was kind of rough, and you've actually eliminated that, and your printing is actually a little bit softer.
That's right. The most common way of printing is called screen printing. They still do it today, but they're starting to phase it out a little bit. And so what we did is we purchased all of our own printing equipment so we could do it in-house. And it's actually called direct-to-garment,
Okay.
which embeds the ink directly into the shirt. So it actually lasts longer as opposed to
Yeah.
the
Very
screen
nice.
printing.
Here, Kevin, feel this,
Yes.
because I was pretty impressed. Compare, he
Oh,
did
wow.
one of each.
Okay.
See, that's a little bit scratchy. Feel that.
Right. Wow.
Softer, isn't
So
it?
the screen means it's on top.
On top.
of and this is embedded in.
Embedded.
Very nice. I can tell the difference, big time.
Right? Yeah, you can tell the difference.
Probably lasts longer, washing, et cetera, right?
Yeah.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Good job.
Yeah, I think that was a good idea.
What's that called again?
Direct-to-garment.
Direct to garment.
Yeah.
They call
So
it
that's a higher quality printing process.
That's right. It's digital printing.
Digital.
So the printer itself is set up just like your printer at home or in your office. You put a t-shirt on a little board, you hit enter, it feeds it in, prints
And
whatever
does it.
design that you have on. I could take a
Nice.
picture of you, Kevin,
Yeah.
and put it on a shirt in 2 minutes.
Nice. And you do some embroidery here too. Look, I understand we have, this is for you, Kevin.
Oh,
Look.
wow,
Let
fantastic.
me
Look at
hold
that.
this across you. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
See,
How
we
about
got the
it?
crazy writing.
That's
and
nice.
so they got their logo down. Looks good, doesn't
Very
it?
nice.
Perfect.
Huh?
Kevin's looking
Thank you.
handsome.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
That's
Yeah,
one of
so
my
that's for
favorite
you.
colors too. huh?
Is it?
Thank
So
you,
we're going
thank
to hold
you.
that for you.
It's a
So
great logo.
I think that's great
logo,
too.
yeah.
I think the logo was creative.
Yeah.
And we'll talk about some other things that we can do to help you come to that next level, because Kevin is an incredible resource. I just want to unlock his brain and like pour some into my head, because he has
Yeah.
great advice and he's lived it.
You know, I like great
he really
advice,
knows.
and I will follow advice to the T. As long as it can help me move forward in the right direction.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm all about advice.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously, focusing on some of these kind of celebrity riders is, you know, strategy number one.
Right.
Tying into their social media, you know, so.
Yeah.
Like, you know, for Isaiah, were you able to capitalize on any of the social aspects that he had?
We were with Isaiah. Isaiah is a great up and coming young skateboarder.
Right.
He is up and coming, so he's actually just kind of getting into the scene with his social media and stuff like that. But we've actually got to work with a lot of other riders as well through different avenues. A young gentleman from Nike, Theodis Beasley, skateboarder as well. TJ Lavin,
Right.
which was a legendary BMX rider, if I can say so, which also works with MTV. Used to host a couple of shows back in the day. And then a pro surfer named Anastasia that deals with Roxy and stuff like that. So.
Right. Fantastic.
Yeah.
That's good, because you'll have, even if they're up and coming, that means you'll get longevity. As they climb the ladder, your brand is
And that's
climbing the
what we're
ladder with
hoping.
them if you can get
Yeah.
it on them and everything. Now, hoodies are very, very popular. Did you do anything special with your hoodies? Because it's like everybody owns a hoodie. So why not
Everyone
have a
owns a
crazy
hoodie.
riding hoodie?
That's right.
Right?
With us, the hoodie itself, it's a hoodie.
Uh-huh.
I'm not going to claim that it's
but
any
it's
different. It's
comfortable,
comfortable. It's 100% cotton.
Nice.
It's got that heavy feeling on a cold day where you just want to crawl on the couch, or
Yeah.
even if you want to go snowboarding in the mountains, it's going to do its job.
You can layer with it
You
as
can
well.
layer with it as well.
Yeah. And you covered everything that the whole extreme sport age range is. This is the kids who are doing this. They're wearing the beanies, they're wearing the hats, and the hoodies, of course, are so popular. The tees. So you've done it to really reach them, and I think that's great.
Have you been able to partner with any retail distributors that
As
are
of
in
now-
this?
as of
industry?
now, no.
See, that's another critical thing. There are distributors that are already selling other similar kind of products
Yes.
into retail, and I'm sure they're getting approached by other T-shirt and hat companies. But if you have a marketing plan that you can put in place in front of them, they can help you with distribution. Obviously, right? Okay. So that's retail distribution. Is that one of your next steps?
Yeah, that is actually one of our main focuses right now, is to get into the retail side. We deal with a lot of independent store owners right now for each town throughout British Columbia, and then each province.
You ever go to the Magic Show? Are you familiar with it?
We did. I just missed it. I just seen Damon John on it in Vegas last week.
Yeah, because it's not magic as in David Copperfield
Copperfield.
magic. It's magic as in clothing that celebrities wear and kind of themed clothing and you know. So yeah, Damon was he hot and heavy at the show?
Well, I seen a lot of pictures on Facebook, and he's in the clubs and he's smiling away and
Yeah.
he's loving
Oh,
life.
It's a good thing. Yes.
Yeah.
He's-
Well, we're
he's a good
loving
guy.
your product. I think it's great. I love the logo. Really appreciate you being here
I
and,
thank
and
you for
touching
the
this
invitation.
market. Extreme riding, that whole market. It's certainly with crazy riding. It touches that.
Well, you're covering many of the they're niche industries, but many
Yeah,
of them
that's the
it ends
word.
up becoming a big industry for
Yeah.
you.
That's right.
Right.
We thank you for being here. It was a pleasure, and we're going to chat and give you some more ideas while you go off and grab maybe a golf round.
Yeah, I'd like that.
Thank you. It was so nice to meet you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks for having me.
All right.
Russ, pleasure to meet you,
Kevin.
Thank
Okay.
you. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Vonabelle.
You're
Good to see you.
welcome.
Thank you.
Okay, crazy riding.
All
I think the
right.
kids are going to love it because they love anything with crazy. Right?
It's a very crisp and clean logo. Just looking at it.
Yes.
It's very cool.
I like that.
He's got to get some good. He mentioned Damon John. I mentioned Damon.
Yeah.
So
we need a
when you
celebrity,
get a couple
right?
of you get a couple of these niche experts, and this thing could just take off. He's got to get some social media going.
Yeah, social media would be good.
Very powerful.
What do you think, the direct mail market?
Well, he missed the best show of the year, unfortunately. The Magic Show, which was just recently,
That's the big
would
one,
have been the big show.
Okay.
And next year, I can hook him up with Damon before he goes to the big show, okay? So, because that is where, this is where Paris Hilton and Kim Kardashian and Damon John are all talking about their new products and their new clothing lines and things like that for retail
Harrington
distribution.
hookup.
Okay.
Nice.
So, and that's where the distributors are that are going to be interested in new lines. So,
it sounds like it's the
definitely.
place to go.
There's regional shows that we can get him involved with, but he's got some with the right planning and a couple of the right connections. We'll open the Rolodex for him.
Right.
How about that?
I like that. Now, let's talk about some of the internet stuff. Like, we need early adopters, which I think he's on the cusp of that. Getting these young writers who are just about to be somebody wear his stuff. I think that's great.
Isaiah, he said, is up and coming, but he's also made a name for himself. But that's a
he's
perfect
searchable.
example.
He's searchable.
Of somebody like that.
Pay per click, you like that for this maybe? Google AdWords, what do you think?
Yeah, possibly. I mean,
get that out there?
It's got to pay for itself, though. So he's got to be careful not to just go spend a lot of money and not have a return on the investment. So, because if you're paying for clicks, does it equal sales? You've got to make sure, monitor the clicks to sales. It's got to be pay per sale is what I prefer.
Oh, okay. That's important.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you could just, be flushing money.
There's people that do a lot of clicking for dollars and not buying. So, there's some fraud out there in the marketplace.
It has to be monetized. You have to be making
you got to
some money there.
measure it because the clicking ultimately it's got to put cash, orders in the bank. Orders in the bank, right? Okay.
I like that. An investor maybe might help him. What do you think?
A good strategic investor would be
Even better word,
somebody
strategic.
that comes from the industry, maybe somebody that puts on these events. That might, if a promoter that's putting on bull riding or the skateboarding events could also own the clothing that's sold at these events, that could be very powerful.
Okay.
So it gives them an extra income because they have space that they can put a booth, and so why not take some unsold space, put a booth in a company that they could co-own and sell their own products. So that would make total sense, is partnering with the show promoters. And they could partner in each niche marketplace. They could have a partnership in that particular specific product category. And that skateboarding and BMX and
so
bull
Russell's
riding.
going to have to go to some shows for a while.
I think
nice
trade shows,
trade
he's gotta
shows,
get,
or how about just going to the events and paying for a booth at skateboarding events and bull riding events and BMX events, so that you're building your brand around those who are going to use it.
He's got to get to the streets, get to the public, get to the masses, and get the word out, and then create that buzz about the product line. I mean, FUBU started with one T-shirt at a time. And then it was dozens, and then it was millions, and then it became a $4 billion company. So, it takes a lot of hard work and a lot of persistence, and he can get there.
We can get there.
All right.
I can get there. I can be a crazy writer too. Thank you for joining us on Game Plan. We hope that you'll hang in there and wait for our next show, because we have another great entrepreneur to introduce to Kevin Harrington. Innisbrook is part of the Salamander Golf and Spa Resort family. Let's take a look at what folks can enjoy when they visit. We want to thank the Innisbrook Resort for hosting us today. We had a great time